How's it going, guys? My name is Chase Farrow, and today I will not be installing these. Let me explain. A couple of months back, I had an idea for a video. I've been seeing on the forums and stuff floating around this new company that's been making some Aero stuff for the C5 Corvette, Extreme Online Store. Their prices are really cheap, which is great. However, I was kind of curious about their quality. I've heard a lot of people talk about their front splitter because it's so cheap, and it does actually look really good. But I've heard enough about it that I know there's no way that that front splitter could possibly survive on my car because I'm lowered on coilovers. And then I noticed that they also offered side splitters that were extremely cost effective as well. So I figured I'd go ahead and order some because, well, what's the worst that could happen? They're like $120, so I figured I'd throw them on, make a video out of it, and tell you guys my thoughts on them. And then I got them. So here is one of the side splitters. Now, oh geez. One of the first things that I noticed when I opened the packaging was that it's all pre-drilled. It looks pretty solid. I mean, it looks professional. It looks like a quality product. And then I picked them up and I realized they're very thin. And not only are they very thin, they're very rigid. They don't flex like at all. That's two things that are not a good combination. Very thin and very rigid. And that pretty well made me decide that there's no way I was putting these things on the car. Now, a number of you are probably gonna say, but Chase, I have them and they worked on my car. And they probably do, I believe you. However, most people aren't on coilovers like I am. My car sits, I wanna say, about 1.5 inches lower than what the factory bolts are capable of going down to. And I know from driving around here where I have really good roads, they're not gonna survive very long, especially because I've seen how their front splitters hold up to any kind of impact. Now that being said, all is not lost. I am going to be installing a set of splitters today, just not these. However, we're not gonna be doing it here. If you know the C5, it's a pain to work on the underside just because getting it off the ground is half the battle. Esteban was nice enough to tell me that I could come down and use his lift since he didn't have anything on it at the moment. So now we are going to teleport down to Weatherford where I am going to unbox and install the new side splitters. Let's go. All right, so here's the new splitters. As you can see, these are from Street Aero. This is a company out of California, so they're actually built in the United States. So let's get these things open because I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Look at that. A big old Street Aero vinyl. Oh yeah. Oh, now this is cool. Check this out. So I don't know if you can read this. It's a little dark, but it says, "Thank you for supporting and trusting our brand. Each purchase helps us achieve our mission of offering the best quality product at the lowest price." That's really cool. More stickers. Hell yeah. Oh, the instructions are in here. Dude, what a freaking baller way to package this. Now, I'm not exactly going to be using these instructions. I already know how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to use self-tappers. Now let's actually have a look at the splitters themselves. I want to preface this by saying this is not like a sponsored video or anything. They had no idea I was going to be doing a video on this. So this whole packaging, I mean, I have to imagine that goes on everyone's. So that's super cool. Oh, look. Ooh, these have some, okay. That's cool. So now these are aluminum. They've got some thickness to them. I don't know how well you can see it. Of course, I'm putting my fingerprints all over it, but oh, that's cool. I don't know if you can see this. Designed and made by Street Aero in California. Oh yeah. Oh cool, and on the other side, we got their logo. The other one, I imagine, looks exactly the same. So yeah, I'm gonna get this mocked up and throw these on the car. Alright, so now that the car's in the air, I got it mopped up, but I did notice, let me turn this, that this little guy right here, there isn't a hole in the side splitter for that, and I learned that apparently these side splitters do scratch very easily. So I'm probably going to repaint them at some point. However, I had to take this guy out, and I drilled a hole in the side splitter, so I'm going to get mocked back up and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Sorry about the noise, by the way, in the background. We have the big fan going with the mister in front of it because it is really hot out here. But anyways, you might be able to see from that angle there that I drilled that hole. This will also actually help for mocking purposes. Cool. Awesome. So let's go have a look at it from up there so you can kind of see how it fits. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Now I had mentioned before that I wasn't going to use their instructions and that I was going to actually do something a little bit different. What I'm going to do, instead of just using self-tapping screws, I'm going to use a series of nut certs. I'm going to run them up. That way I can just bolt them to the car and I can easily take them off of the car. Alright, we'll go right here. Alright, so there's the first one. We'll go ahead and do the one up front. That might not have been the place. There we go. Okay, that's two down. I think the second one I'm going to run like right here because I don't want to basically make this little screw support that much of it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
This is really pre-drilled.
Oh yeah. Crap. Nope. Oh, wow. That went really quickly. Shoot. Well, crap. Alright, since I'm 0 for 2 on the front ones, I decided to move back here. This one is going to work. So I'm going to go get the riv nut cert, whatever gun, and I'm going to get that working. Alright, that one actually worked. Alright, so after a little bit of drama, which was self-inflicted, it was my fault, we got the nut certs in at least. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this bolted up. I still need to address the middle, but at least then it'll be held up at the front and the back by four bolts. So let's get that on there. Oh yeah, that is going to make life so much easier when I need to take these things off and put them on. That is awesome. Let's move to the back and let's put the back ones on. Okay, so I know I've kind of skipped ahead a little bit, but I ran into a little bit of an issue. In the middle, there's not really enough meat there on the rocker for me to run a nut cert into and drill out a hole for. So I think I am going to end up having to use the self tappers for the middle section. I do still have a bolt back here and 3 bolts up there. Although one of the bolts that's up there is the 7mm that traditionally holds the fender on. But I guess I am going to end up using self-tappers to finish mounting this thing. I'm not really wild about that. I guess that'll be some feedback for the guys at Street Aero. I'm going to go ahead and get those self-tappers running. Well, for better or for worse, it's mounted. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have real mixed feelings about just using self-tappers, especially in fiberglass. We'll see. I gotta do the other side. What I might do with the other side, I might just time lapse it. You kind of saw what I was doing over here, so let's get on that. Alright, so we got the car back home, the side splitters are all on, the camera died during the time lapse, and it was getting dark anyway, but you saw pretty much everything that you needed to see. But that actually gave me a chance to drive the car a little bit to see how they were going to do, because I didn't want to just throw them on there and then say, oh yeah, these are absolutely great, you should totally buy these, and not have an opportunity to see how they handle bumps, see how they handle scrapes. I have driven it quite a bit now, and I'm pleased to say they've held up absolutely great. The only downside to them is they catch dust like nobody's business. But outside of that, they look really good. I'm very, very, very happy with them. They look great. But yeah, I am definitely very pleased with my purchase here. Now, real quick, before we close out this video, if you've seen any of my videos on LS Fest, Fuel Fest, or a few others, then you've seen this guy. This is Braden. Braden reached out to me a couple of years ago on Instagram. If I remember correctly, he had been following me on Instagram, and after I had posted a certain picture, he recognized the location and realized that we actually lived in the same area. So he asked me if I would let him know when I was going to a local meet, because he really wanted to see the car in person. A few weeks went by, I found a meet in North McKinney. He met me out there, and after that we stayed in touch. He went to a few events with us, the first one being Fuel Fest. He has gone to Mondays Don't Suck with us a number of times, and then he ended up going to LS Fest with us last year, which I'm unbelievably thankful that he was there for, because if you watch that video, you know that he helped avert an absolute catastrophe that day. So he also went with us to LS Fest just a couple of months ago. After going to just a few events, he ended up getting bit by the bug. He bought his first car, which is a black Nissan Maxima, which I have learned is not the same as an Altima. And he just got straight to work on modding it. Wheels, coilovers, and then over to bags, did a whole bunch of interior work, and really made this a truly nice car. Taillights. And it's just been fun having him around and watching him grow in the car community and make friends. The reason I mention this is over the weekend he moved up to Oklahoma so he could start at OU and begin his path to becoming an optometrist. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for the help over the last couple of years and the support at events. And well, a couple of the people that wanted to say something as well.
What's up, Braden? Congrats on your new adventure. Come back to Texas as soon as you can. Don't drop the toolbox. And drain the water out of your bags, bro. Every week.
And from Angel, he told me to tell you to make sure you change your underwear, okay? Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, good luck.
Hey, Braden! Oh my gosh, I hear you got accepted into OU. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We miss you here in Big D, but wishing you all the best on your studies. You got this.
Hey man, congratulations. Keep up the good work. Work hard in school and keep on building them cars.
Hey, what's up, Braden? Hey, congratulations, bro. All right, I'm happy for you.
And on behalf of myself, Tyler, and everyone else who wasn't able to make it or couldn't record a video in time, thank you, good luck, and we'll see you when you get back, Braden. Bye.